Right now, there are two types of NFL fans. There's the type that are talking playoffs, positioning within the playoffs, where their team's going to be. And then there's the second group of fans. Those groups talking about position, but when it comes to the NFL draft. A little different, but something that gives them hope. Now, we know the Patriots are in the latter of those two, but at least they are not the Cowboys or the New York Jets who thought going into this year they're Super Bowl contenders. Joke's on them. The New England Patriots, though, would be geniuses if they could make this happen. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots on the daily, pushing out that content to people just like you who can't get enough Patriots football. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. As a matter of fact, pound that subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment below. So we know as of right now, what everything on the table, facts on the table. New England Patriots at this very moment have the number one pick in the 2025 NFL draft. Roger Goodell walks out, and with the first pick in the NFL draft, the New England Patriots select, who knows? Now, I think it would be incredibly smart, and based on my video yesterday, a lot of you thought this would be smart as well, that the Patriots take this pick and try to trade back into still a top 5 or top 10 pick. Also acquiring other draft picks, but also still getting who they want. Most likely one of their biggest priorities we know is offensive line. Banks and Campbell out of Texas and LSU respectively. Great potential starters, but not a very strong offensive line class compared to years past. So don't necessarily want to waste that first overall pick, possibly second overall pick, third overall pick on an offensive lineman. And so the best thing the Patriots could do is spice things up in this draft. And that would be taking it and being able to trade out, like I said, be some big movers, shakers, all these different things. Now you're probably saying, Aaron, who's going to make that? Who is going to make that move, make that trade with the Patriots? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's look into this. So we look at the draft order as it sits right now. As it sits right now, we have, and this is just crazy. Let me point this out. Number 4, the New York Football Giants, they go from 1 to 4. So crazy for them. You look at the Patriots, Titans, Browns, Giants, Jaguars, Panthers, you guys can see the rest. Now, when we look at these top 10 teams, let's really dive into it. The Tennessee Titans right now, is Will Levis the answer there? My guess is no. Could they go for a quarterback? 100%. The Browns, are they going to move on for the Deshaun Watson era? I think so. Quarterback in the question. New York Football Giants, I don't think Drew Lock, even though they helped them win and beat the Colts, I don't think he's the answer for the Giants. Are they are they mostly likely going to draft a quarterback? Yes. Jaguars, they have Trevor Lawrence. I think they're fine. Bryce Young in Carolina, I think they're fine. Aaron Rodgers for the Jets, he's going to be gone. He's going to be on Social Security soon, so he's going to be gone. Las Vegas, they need a quarterback unless they're willing to stick with Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell, which I don't see happening. The Bears, they're sticking with Caleb Williams. And the Saints most likely need a quarterback. So you have a lot of teams in these first 10 picks that I think would be willing to trade up and get someone like Cam Ward. Now, again, we've talked about this before, but this draft class is not strong when it comes to quarterbacks. Last year, you had Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Bo Nix, Michael Penix. You had all these quarterbacks that a lot of people said this could arguably go down as one of the best drafting years for quarterbacks in NFL draft history. And it very well might. They have all done well respectively. I think Caleb Williams has been kind of underwhelming at times, but he's shown potential. And so the question would be, would one of those teams be willing to trade up? Especially think of the Giants. The Giants coming in there, hey, they really put themselves in a bind now after that win because, again, they're at number 4, and the Titans and the Browns could potentially pick a quarterback. Is it the quarterback they want? I don't know. They wanted Drake May last year, and they weren't able to get him. The Patriots said, we don't want to trade up, but they were willing to trade up. So again, if there's a team out there that I think is willing to make that trade, it's going to be the New York Football Giants. So in this scenario, you look at the Patriots, they drop back to 4. At that position, it's possible that a lot of draft boards, especially after the combine and all these different things, and a lineman could be much higher on that list and be worth a 4th pick. Okay. It's also very possible that you can still get one of those top tier players that you wanted. So let's talk Travis Hunter. Let's talk Abdul Carter. Let's talk McMillan out of Arizona. So you still have a potential to get someone by trading that first overall pick, acquiring still a top 5, top 10 pick, and then hopefully getting something else, whether that's possibly something in the second round or what have you. Okay. So I think the Patriots, it would be in their best interest to do that. And I think it would be genius on the part of Elliott Wolf. Right now, the only case he has is Drake May. Literally, and he's not even, what's funny is his title's not even a GM. He's like the de facto GM. It's weird. It makes no sense. It's probably because Robert Kraft doesn't want to pay him as much as, a GM would get. But anyways, a lot of times what happens is a GM is tied to that quarterback. So he's like, look at what I got. Drake May, I drafted that guy, which is true. But then you look at everyone else he drafted, and it was awful. So he would look like a genius if he could figure out a way to trade out of that one spot, drop down into the top 5, top 10, still get a player that the Patriots desperately need, or possibly still get their number 1 person they want that's on their draft board, but also getting another solid pick. That is their move. That's what they need to do. Now, when we look at specifically, and this is really what, in my opinion, is going to be the big ticket thing, is the teams that need a quarterback. And are they going to be willing to really like, Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders? Now, Dion can hype up his son like crazy. So I think it's very possible that Shedeur shoots up the list. Cam Ward, he looks great. He is fun to watch. Character, I hate saying character, but when you play in the bowl game and you hit the record that you want in throwing, I believe it was touchdown passes in a collegiate career, he gets that and then he benches himself. That just looks bad in my opinion. But he's ranked as the 4th player best player overall. And so you would have to imagine there's going to be teams that want to trade up to get him and possibly Shedeur. Jalen Milroe, I do not think he's a first-round pick. I think he is an incredible athlete. He has shown that time and time again in Alabama, but I don't see him being a starting quarterback in the NFL. Again, I think a team will take a chance on him. I think he will possibly have a good career as a second string, or potentially they convince him to move to bulk up, possibly move to like a tight end position, if not like a wide receiver or something like that, because he is athletic. He has the intangibles. I like Quinn Ewers, but he has drastically dropped down this list. He's had an up and down performance at times this year. When you have someone like Arch Manning behind you, I feel like there's a lot of pressure. But again, his stock could go up, and he could sneak into the first round. I feel like if they win the national championship, it'll be interesting. Carson Beck, one of those guys who was high on the list for a long time, but then he had this neck injury, and so he has plummeted. For a long time, a lot of people thought he was a potential top 5 pick, and now he is out of the first round based on this. And I think that's going to be solidified with the fact of this injury. After that, it drops significantly. Jackson Dart, Kyle McCord, the former Ohio State transfer to Syracuse. It's rough after that. So I think the Patriots' best bet is Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. I think Shedeur will shoot up that list. People will be more interested in drafting him, and I think Dion will do a good job promoting his son, much like he promoted Travis Hunter to win the Heisman, if you read anything about that. But that being said, the Patriots' hope if they keep this first overall pick, would be to trade out. Trading out to a team that wants one of these two quarterbacks, that says, hey, I think one of these two are going to lead our franchise in being either Cam Ward, Shadur Sanders. So that's what we need to be watching for. That's the move that Elliott Wolf should make. Trade out of that spot, get more draft capital, still potentially get the guy you want at the top of your list, and move forward from there. If Elliott Wolf is able to do that for this franchise, he will be in a better light for many, many people. But the question is, can he do that? And will he do that? So we'll see move forward. Again, there's still a lot of speculation going on because the Patriots are going up against a Bills team that are probably going to be starting all their second and third string players. So who the heck knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen? So again, comment below. Tell me what you think. Do you think potentially there's maybe you're like, hey, I think Jalen Milroe could actually shoot up the list, or Quinn Ewers or whatnot? Comment below. Tell me what you guys think about whatever it might be. I want to hear your thoughts. This is Sports Talk Patriots. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. We'll talk later. Peace.